Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Man, the sun is kicking me, but it's a good thing we have sun today. What we're doing is a quick review of the Vatrer 100 amp hour, 1200 and what is it, 1200 and 80 watt hours. 12.8 volt LiFePO 4 battery. Let me get you over here where you can see the battery itself. It looks better than I do, I guarantee you. See if we can get this thing to move. Well, if I unloosen that knob, it will. All right, this thing, I got to be honest with you. I've actually had this mounted in my van, and they're using it for about the past 3 or 4 camping trips I've been on, anywhere from 1 to 2 days at a time. I've ran everything in the van from that coffee maker, 110 volt lighting in there, and what all charging batteries, running laptop, charging it, the DVD player. And the only way I have of charging this battery is with solar. So what I had to do was rip it out of the van, uh, get my charger out of the van. Then I did have a portable solar panel over there to hook to it so I could get it charged back up. And I will tell you this, before we go into the specifications, this battery is self-heating. And it's a good thing it is, because this morning when I got up, it was, I don't know, 29 degrees. And this would have normally shut off, I believe, at somewhere around 32. Let's see. Uh, well, I don't know. But it is self-heating. Says it'll charge from -4 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And it'll discharge from -4 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And storage is anywhere from -14 to 122 Fahrenheit. Low temp cutoff protection is 39.2 plus or minus, no, it says -4 to 39.2. So anyway, but like any LiFePO 4 battery, it's not going to charge below freezing. You can still draw power out of it. But luckily, this thing is self-heating, and I don't have a temp gun to actually temp it. I know it's up above 35 now, but this morning when I came out and hooked it to solar, it was below 30 degrees, or right at 30. So what we're going to attempt to do, well, I'll go through some of the specs. Like I said, 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour, let's see, 12.8 volts. Let's see, charge voltage is 14.2 to 14.6. The weight is 24.2 pounds. And they're not kidding. This thing is light. It don't let me struggling influence your decision. It's just me struggling. Max continuous charging current is 100 amps. Max continuous discharge current is 100 amps. Max load inverter power is 1280 watts. The recommended charge current on this thing is 20 amps. So not sure what we're doing right now. It is IP65 water resistant. And in case you're wondering, it's 12.95 inches by 6.77 by 8.42. So anyway, about 13 by 7 by 8.5. All right. Has a battery management system. It's inside the battery, nothing to wire up. The battery voltage stays above 12.5 volts at 90% discharge. And the good part is it has a 5-year warranty. And I don't know about you folks, but that plays a lot into what would sway my decision, other than the fact that I have been using it, and I would go buy one today if they hadn't sent me this one. Actually, I need to buy another one to go with it. 5-year warranty, you can't beat that. Let's see. It's also Bluetooth capable. Let's see if we can Bluetooth it. I've got the app on my phone normally, or naturally, because I've been using it. There it is. Give it a second to hook up. All right, it's currently at 93%. Because like I said, I've been using it, and it's been raining here the past couple of days, been cloudy for over a week, I guess. I don't know. And plus, when I have my van at home, it's parked in the shade. So it hadn't been charging. That's why I got it out here this morning and got it hooked up early. Let's see. Let's see if we can see what we're getting out of the solar. I'm not sure. Well, I know if I close that app, it's not going to work. My panel may be in the shade. Well, what have I done? Maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am on this. Well, I do know it's at 13.48 volts and 93% charged right now. And I'm going to walk over there and check that solar panel to see if maybe it's in the shade. And of course it is. Well, let me see if I can get it around here and get a little sun on it without snatching the whole thing. There we go. Well, not optimum, but we're getting some. Oh yeah, not a whole lot, but we are pulling in, looks like 53 point, well, let's see. Estimated charge time, 3 hours and 24 minutes. We're pulling in 25.67 watts right now. I don't know if you can see it. And I believe it flops back and forth between charge and discharge. And you can turn that off. I'll cut off the discharge switch. And there you go. Looks like we're getting 1.9 amps and 24.34 watts. It jumps back and forth because this is real time. And we've got about 3 hours and 48 minutes, I guess, of charge, till it's fully charged. All right, enough of that. I mean, we'll get back to it later. And everything you need to know is right here in this book. This is probably one of the easiest books or, instruction manuals I've ever gotten with a battery or anything technical. Shows you in the back where to download the app and I might need to read that, operating instructions of the app. But anyway, all in all, from what I've used it, I'm tickled to death so far. But what we're going to do today, well, through the night most likely, is I've got a amateur radio set up here, and I do not know why I can't operate this today. But this radio will draw, well, it draws, let's see, draws 2 amps while it's just receiving, just sitting there, depending on how you have the lighting set in it and all that, which I've got it on bright. Then on transmit, it actually It will draw 20.5 amps, I believe. And I have a bad connection. No, actually, I'm out of band. But we are going to set up out here, operate a little amateur radio, and try to put a draw on that battery and see what we can make happen or how much we can draw it down. But I was kind of waiting until we got it 100% charged before we really did anything like that. And why is the preamp on? Huh. Well, I have a malfunction. This is in my radio. It's not in, I think I have a bad antenna, to be honest with you. And it is shutting it off. Well, that might be something for me to work on while the battery's charging. In typical fashion, the way things go around here, nothing works. Yeah, it's shutting the radio down. All right, more about that in a minute, I guess. I'm going to work on this radio while this battery's charging. And I do have an inverter hooked up back here. It's a piece of crap inverter that I had in the garage, but it's 1200 watt. It's not pure sine, but it ought to run a coffee pot, hot plate, whatever else I want to run while I'm out here. So we get a little more charge in this battery. I'll make a pot of coffee while I'm working on this radio. And if you bear with me, we'll see what happens with this battery. I bet I know already, but hang with me and we'll see. All right, folks, we are back. Been out here, made a couple of contacts on the radio, made a pot of coffee, and I'll tell you what I did. And of course, I'm out of sun. I'm in the shade now, so I'm not, not getting anything to the battery from the solar. But I'm not sure what's going on with the app on the phone. I know it made coffee, but right now it's showing the state of charge is 31%. I had it up to like 92, and then I went down here to the control and hit the reset capacity, and then went back. All right. Then we'll go back and look, and it's showing the state of charge is 34%. Well, earlier before I hit it, I was at 92, 90 something percent. I hit reset capacity and it went down to 22. And that's after I had made a pot of coffee and been on the radio a couple of times. So I'm not sure about this app. It's saying we're at 13.14 volts. I don't know. It would be nice if there was a way to just go back to factory settings or something. And I guess I shouldn't have messed with it. But anyway, it says we're at 34%. I can't believe that. But it says we have estimated empty time 37 or now 34 hours, 37 hours. The only thing running is the radio on receive, and it's says it's using 0.99 amps and 11.96 watts, now 13.14 watts of power. I can't see it using that unless we're actually, that might be the incoming. Let me turn off the discharge switch. Well, it's not showing any current coming in. Turn the discharge back on and the charge switch off. And it shows we're drawing anywhere from 11 to 13 watts. And that's with that on receive. It shouldn't be that much, but it may be. I don't know. I'm not real comfortable with this app, I guess. I wish I was where I had some sun, get this thing charged up to 100% and go from there. But what I am going to do, sit around here and run this stuff as long as I can off that battery. As soon as I get me a fire going over here. It is still cold out here, and that's one thing I will say about that battery. With it being self-heating, it's a blessing, because it started taking a charge this morning right till I messed with the app, I guess. And like I said, I ran it in the van for over 3 weeks, I think, and never had a problem, which I never paid attention to the app either. I just, everything worked. And my inverter that I have in there, it doesn't show you, a battery capacity, how much is actually left in it. It's just got a bar scale, and it never dropped down. The inverter never shut off from low voltage or anything. And I used it for everything you can imagine, from 2 or 3 cups of coffee in the morning, running a TV, a laptop, 110 lighting. So I don't know. I'm happy with the battery. The app, I'm not real sure about yet. And it might be operator error. I'm not going to lie about that. Let's see what temperature is out here now. Oh, it's 45 degrees and sunny with a light breeze. 3 mile an hour out of the south. But anyway, I'm going to get a fire going, let this stuff run a little longer, and see what happens. I'm not going to get any more sun where I'm at right now all day, and I don't have a cable long enough to reach where there is sun over there. So I may just unhook the solar and we'll run off what we got in the battery, whatever it is. Anyway, we're going to give her a shot. Hopefully we can make it 24 hours running this radio. That's the main goal of this test. I'm not a big contester, but there is it's not a contest, it's an operation, I guess. It's called Winter Field Day, where you try to operate for 24 hours off emergency power. Uh, it, well, you can operate on any power, but you get more points, which it's not a contest. I don't know why you get points. But if you run off of solar and a battery, you get the most points, or solar or wind, anything, natural like that. But you start losing points when you use a generator, or if you charge your battery off of uh, AC current, or, off your mains. But anyway, we're going to see if we can make it 24 hours on what's in that battery. Like I say, whatever it is. But for now, I'm going to get a fire going, and I'll get back with you. We got a long way to go, folks. Whiskey Zero, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot. QSL, you're 5'9" plus into the state of Iowa. 7-3. All right, folks, we're still plugging away. I need to get my chair set up in here. I just moved everything back inside. I did disconnect the inverter. Only thing I've got hooked up now is the radio. And it is still hooked to a solar panel. I don't think we're getting much sun. Oh, let me see if I can get my old butt up. Ooh, man, that was tough. Let's see what we can figure out on this. It says our state of charge is 59%. I don't know about this lighting. Let me turn around. Anyway, state of charge is 59%. It's not showing that we're pulling any watts or gaining any, but I'm not so sure that's not, it was working a while ago, I swear. But anyway, we haven't gotten much solar today because of where I chose to park the van. And it's not about how much solar I'm bringing in. It's about whether I can operate for 24 hours off of this one battery. And as we all know, it wasn't fully charged when I put it in. And I don't remember what it was. I'll have to look back on the video and see what we had when we started. But we'll, I don't know, we'll play it all night. I probably will eventually hook up the other inverter I've got over here. I've got a pure sine inverter over there, and bring the laptop out and start doing some logging. I hadn't been logging my contacts, and I probably should have, because some of them were parks on the air, and they're kind of interesting. Looks like, well, looks like we're gaining, well, there for a minute. Yeah, 30 watts. The panel's pulling in 30 to 43 watts. And let's see what our output is. Well, it may be 16.87 watts. 15, don't know if that's what we're pulling in, or pulling in from the solar, or the radio's pulling out of the battery. But anyway, it says we've only got 29 hours and 54 minutes left to charge, but I don't think we're going to get much more sun. But we are working with it. And I need to shift everything that way, I think. Get it out of the sun from that window. But anyway, the battery is working. And it's working quite well, really. I mean, I've actually made 2 pots of coffee off of it, been running that radio, transmitting and receiving continuously. Well, not transmitting continuously, but receiving anyway, for the past 6 hours. 6 hours and 13 minutes anyway. But we've got a long way to go, folks. So I'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, good morning, folks. It's been about 24 hours, and I wasn't actually up transmitting all night, but the radio's been sitting here running since, well over 24 hours. And right now it's showing a state of charge at 38%. And it says estimated empty time is 34 more hours, 34 hours and 54 minutes. So I could potentially run another 24 hours with room to spare. And bear in mind that is with having the inverter hooked to it and making a couple pots of coffee, from time to time. And I don't know, folks. The battery's definitely a keeper, which I told you that. Like I said, I've had it hooked up in the van here for, I don't know, probably 3 weeks, using it. And then I had to take it back out for this video so you could actually see it. Because when it's mounted permanently, it's back over here underneath a shelf, and you can't see it. So, to me, it's a keeper. The app, I'm not totally sure that whether it's me or if it's the app, but I think there's a couple of videos about it. But what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to go back to this reset capacity down here, and I'm going to try to reset the capacity and see what it says. Right now it's saying 38%. So we'll go back. It says operation successful. Now it shows the state of charge is 19%. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm not sure, which one is correct. But either way, there's plenty of juice in this thing, even as cold as it is. I think it got down to a little below 35 overnight, and problem in the world. And like I say, this app thing is probably me. I don't know how to use it correctly or something. But anyway, we have got plenty of battery. And bear in mind, it was not fully charged when I started this operation. So, I don't have a problem with it. Love the fact that it is self-heating. The app, I think, if I used it correctly, it would be a benefit. So, it's up to you, but I'm impressed. So, if you get a chance, hit like and subscribe, and there should be a link in the bottom of, or in the description of this video, and we'll see what happens from there. I'll touch back on this in a month or so in the dead of winter and see where we're at. Thanks for watching, guys.